Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Blood Cow here. I figured it was about time I talked about the Bulls again. Since they traded for Vucevic and what's going on there. So we're gonna talk about that. Some other stuff going on in the NBA. So leave a like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at MudBloodCow, and let's start. So obviously at the trade deadline, the Bulls traded for Nikola Vucevic. That was probably the biggest move of the trade deadline, and rightfully so. The Bulls added a second All-Star. It looked like they were going to make a playoff push, but since then they are 3-9 against very, very low quality opponents. They had 3 losses to the Suns, the Jazz, and then they beat the Nets. But since then, they've lost to the Timberwolves, the Magic, the Grizzlies twice, including yesterday, the Hawks, who are a pretty solid playoff team. But yeah, it's just not going good. And 2 days ago, it was announced that Zach LaVine was entering the COVID protocol. So because he had COVID, he tested positive. So let's say that Zach LaVine gets back in a week. There's their schedule for the next week. We're gonna go until next Saturday is Cavs, Celtics, Cavs, Hornets, and Heat. So let's say he gets back next Monday in the second game against the Heat. That's another 5 losses added. Maybe 4. Maybe they get lucky and win one game. Maybe take one from the Cavs or the Hornets. But so they lose another 4 games. They're only a game back. They're tied with the Wizards right now. That cements them at 12th. The Wizards might actually be able to make a playoff push. They've won 3 in a row. Might make a video talking about that. I hope they can. The Wizards are a fun team to watch. If we can get a Wizards Nets series, I will be ecstatic. That was some fun games earlier this season. But the least 4 games, it's a tight playoff push between the Wizards, the Raptors. Even if maybe the Cavaliers can get in there. It's pretty tight for that last play-in spot. The Raptors just have a 1-game advantage, and anything can happen. Every game counts, and you don't want to find yourself another 4 games back. Looking up and then another 7 straight games against playoff teams, and then 1 game against the Pistons, and then the last 4, 3 of their last 4 are against playoff teams. This is not a good situation for the Bulls. Obviously, it looks like if we look into next season, if they can acquire a star in the offseason, that'd be great. They're going to have to do it via trade because there's no way Kawhi magically ends up going there. And the only other guy that's really, I guess, quote-unquote, a star is DeMar DeRozan, and I don't see that fitting well when you've already got a all-star shooting guard. I think an all-star small forward would work better, but you could argue DeMar is a small forward. I guess he could play small forward. I don't know, though. But if we look forward to this offseason, obviously Markkanen's going to be back. I think it'd be silly to not bring back Kobe White. I think you can. We're only in year 2 with him, and everyone seems to think that he's just his potential's been revealed. He's not going to be an all-star caliber player. I still think he has a lot of potential to be an all-star caliber player, and definitely a capable player in this league. And then Patrick Williams, who I guess maybe could be that 3rd star. I definitely wouldn't rule it out. He's good enough, especially defensively, to be there. But yeah, this is just not a good situation for the Bulls. They really looked like they were going to be able to make the playoffs, but they just failed. Really good value at the trade deadline from the front office, but it's just not coming well together on the court. Do we point the finger at Billy Donovan now, though? Like, it seems too early to do that. Maybe if we get into next season, Stills not working, then I think it'd be appropriate to point the finger at Billy Donovan. But I don't think we're quite there yet. Now, talking about the league as a whole, what else going on? Timberwolves have been looking decent lately. They've won themselves a few games. Getting up to 15-42. They beat the Timber. They beat the Bulls and the Heat. They won 2 games. They didn't even win that many games. They won 2 games. They've won 3 of their last 5. That's solid. 3 of their last 5. They won 3 games. That's pretty impressive from the Timberwolves. It's looking like having D'Lo back's really starting to help. If you can get D'Angelo Russell and Cat to be healthy for the whole season, this is a playoff team. And that's what I thought going into the year. Really, this should be a playoff team. I'm not really quite. It just looks like a coaching thing, and then really weird chemistry issues, and it just not all coming together on the floor. But a starting 5 of either Jared Vanderbilt and Naz Reid at power forward, but D'Lo, Malik Beasley, Anthony Bennett, Naz Reid or D'Lo, and Cat, I think has a lot of potential. And I like that starting lineup 3 years from now scares me. Like that team could have run the league. I stand by that. There's quite a few teams right now that have so much potential that I'm like, in 3 years, this team's gonna run the league. Like, they're awful right now, but 3 years, Thunder are up there too. Thunder aren't as bad right now. It's still pretty bad, but not quite as bad. But future is a bit brighter for the Timberwolves. New ownership. I thought that Anthony Edwards saying he didn't know who Alex Rodriguez was kind of funny, because then everyone started like trashing him. Like, baseball hasn't spent the last 2 decades trying to become as unappealing as possible, especially to younger viewers. I don't know. Like and subscribe. We'll see you tomorrow. Donovan Mitchell got hurt. Might make a video about that. I'm going to wait for the MRI to come out, because I don't want to make a video and then he has a sprained ankle and is out for like 2 weeks. Not even. It'd be like a week, I think. I don't actually know how long his sprained ankle would be. But yeah, I don't want to make a video and he just has a sprained ankle. If I do make a video, it'll probably be because the injury is serious. So possibly stay tuned for that. But yeah, it's not looking good for the Bulls. Leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow, and